Banyita Bahati Prince.
It all started in 2015. I was working in a miner, and then rocks fell on me and fell on my legs and my body. The people I was working with weren't in the miner, and they were able to take me out and take me to a hospital where I was checked to see if my legs were paralyzed or not. Did you work in a company? Yeah, I worked in the company. The company was near where I lived, in the village. In the company I worked for, there was rocks, and those rocks were you used to make houses. They fell on us. Do you know why they fell on you guys? Was there rain or any type of storm? It had first rained, but the rain was all over. Because of the rain that fell, the rocks started to get softer and softer, and they kept on moving and moving and moving, and I think that's why it fell down. When it fell, I was the only one in the cave. The other people I worked with weren't in the cave. So, did your company have any rules? Did they have any problems? Did they have to pay you an amount or something? What just happened after? First of all, let me get this straight. I was a new employee. I've only been there for 3 days, and I was working there for only 3 days. So I didn't know much about the company and all. So you're still new? Yeah, I was just still new. In the morning I would start and come, but then in the afternoon I would go home at 12. Then the next day in the morning I would come back to work. This incident happened to me. It all happened at 9 in the morning. It's when we all started working a few hours earlier. Who did surgery on you to take off your legs? Did you go to a hospital or did you do it home? What happened? Well, I got surgery from someone in my family, and I got it at my home. The church where I went to, they heard about how I was disabled, and they put money, so that's how I got my surgery. That's how it went. My girlfriend did not take it as well because in 3 months when I came back, she broke up with me, and I was living on my own. People gave me medicine to take and take and take every day, but still I would feel like my legs are somewhere else, like they're in front of me or behind me. I just feel like I don't have no legs when I wanted my legs back. I used to get a little crazy thinking that I would find my legs under the dirt. I would dig and dig and dig and not find it, and I would dig somewhere else and not find it. I would get so desperate to get my legs back that I went sometimes crazy. But it came to a point where it all just went away. I started to become a normal human. I did not go crazy as usual. It just came to a point where life was good. After the surgery, I went back to my father and mother's home. After 3 months, I came back. I started living with them, but I started asking myself, when was I gonna start living my own life again? Was I gonna stay here forever? What did I want to do with my life? Then I got an idea to move out and search for a job I could do, try to find something I could do. When I moved back with my parents, there was nothing I could do alone. My parents or siblings, younger siblings, older siblings that still live with my parents would still try to help me. They would help me with everything, getting a chair, getting food. Sometimes they would help me feed my own self. I couldn't do anything without getting help. That's the thing. I was disabled. I didn't know how to use my body. I didn't know how to use my arms a lot. I wasn't very strong with my arms like you see now. I was very disabled. I did not know how to do anything. I was asking myself, how was I going to sit on a chair like this one? So I would figure out, plan. I would use my hands a lot so I could find a way to sit on a chair like that easier. And that's how I started to use my hands so I could start doing stuff on my own. How would it be with your family, friends, and neighbors? Well, my neighbors, first of all, would come to visit me a lot. They saw that I was disabled and they really respected me. And they came, they gave me chocolate, sugar, honey, any stuff they could give me, sweets. And they would come, say hi to me, talk to me, give me some advice. But that wasn't my main focus. My main focus at the point was trying to find a way to get a wife so I could marry and have kids together with. And it was a really hard thing for me because I didn't have legs and I thought they're gonna run. And even before my legs were cut off, I still had worry about if I would get a wife. After you got your legs cut off, your fiance, whom you're going to marry at the time, did she come and end a relationship or what happened? Well, my fiance first came to see me, but when she came to see me at that time, my legs were cut off and she just left without saying nothing. And then called her, I texted her, sent SMS, but she wouldn't do anything. She wouldn't reply. She wouldn't do completely nothing. She would do completely nothing. And then after those 3 months, when I was released from the hospital, I called her, but she did not answer. I texted her, she did not answer. And again, I sent many SMS, but she did not answer. So I called one of my closest friends to go tell her to come because we need to talk. When she came, she said that she couldn't live with someone that didn't have any legs. And I was hurt and said, since you love my legs so much, I ended too. From that day on, I never saw her again. And it really hurt me. I tried to move on. Did it hurt you a lot? Like, did you move on? Yes, I moved on at a point and met my beautiful wife, which whom we had some kids with. And that's how my life went. When she told me that she didn't want to be with me, she didn't want to hear my voice, she didn't want to even hear her phone ring and see that the call is from me, she didn't want to get any text from me or SMS from me, it really hurt me a lot and made me feel so ashamed that I decided to move neighborhoods to move somewhere where people did not know that me and her were lovers, we were gonna get married, and then I had a accident and got this disability. I just wanted to move away from all this drama in my life. But I took it in like when I took my feet in. When I took it in that I lost my feet, I said I'm not the first and I won't be the last. So I might as well move on to a new start, new beginning in a new neighborhood. That's how I felt. They first put a needle through my right leg to see if I felt any pain or anything. And I said, nope, I feel nothing. And then they put on my left leg. And then I said, I still feel nothing. Then they did it over and over again to the point where I was like, I don't think I feel anything at all. And then they're like, well, Prince, you're paralyzed. And your body could get cancer because of your 2 legs that are paralyzed. So if you and your family could sign this piece of paper, a sheet of paper, we would cut off your legs. And then you wouldn't get cancer, but you wouldn't be able to have your legs anymore. Either you get cancer or you have your legs. You decide. When I called my family, when we were talking about it, they said, well, Prince, it's better if you cut your legs because cancer is a very terrible sickness. And if you can get it, there's no chance of you surviving at all. There won't be a big of a chance for you to survive. That's why we suggest you cut it off. Then I went with cutting it off. Me and my family signed a piece of paper, and the doctors went and cut off my legs one by one. A friend of mine took me from the village to work as a house girl, and when I was working as a house girl, I met him every day and he passed by and say hi to me every single day. He once asked me for my phone number and I told him. Then a couple days later, he called me and asked me to meet him at his house. To me, there was a lot of people looking down on me, telling me that I could not marry him, even if he asked me, even if I loved him. They told me that he wasn't capable of anything, he could not work, he could not do anything at all. But I saw by the way he worked, by the way he mopped the floor, by the way he went, by the way he brought home food. Everything he was doing, I judged it. And at first, I did not like it. It just made me scared and think that he's not a perfect fit. But that's when I did not love him. But then I got to see that he's the right one and the right man. Do you have kids? Yes, we do. We have Princess and Degress. At first, I didn't think I would be able to marry him because he wouldn't be capable of getting kids. But look, we are with 2 kids. I heard that you're also an artist. Yeah, I'm an artist. I like to do rap and, make some raps to get a little money. I do hip hop too.
tuve ku mihanda tuve ku mihanda tuve ku mihanda umuhanda urahanda tuve ku mihanda tuve ku mihanda tuve ku mihanda umuhanda urahanda.
As you can see, Prince was once a young man with both of his legs, but then he went into an incident that led to him losing both of his legs. As you can see, he's grown up, he's become a man, he has a wife, he has 2 children now. If you were touched by this story, go down to the link below and see if you can donate anything. Whatever it is, all of it counts. God bless.